All right, so now's a great time to get started on this live playthrough of Camp Pinetop, the solo mode, the first game in the solo mode. So why don't I go ahead and switch over here so that you can see what it looks like all set up. I have this nice playmat that came from Talon Strikes Studios. It's got a place for everything, and in a normal game you play with these other kinds of cards. You can get this from Talon Strikes Studios website, and I'm just decided to use it because it's nice on camera. It keeps everything organized. It's really cool. So let's start the story of Camp Pinetop as a camper. Basically, it's your first day camp. So this first game is your first day of camp, and you're excited. The kid's father has gone to Camp Pinetop before when he was a kid, and so Jimmy, your name is Jimmy as the kid. He's getting excited. He's getting his supplies ready, and then the day is finally here. So I'll read this part real quick. Now the day is finally here. Jimmy had arrived, and it was magical, just like he imagined it would be. On the first day, Jimmy got to work right away. He sewed on his possum patch and earned the Quick Leader or the Quick Learner achievement. He even made some new friends. Jimmy wrote in his journal, and this is what Jimmy says. Hello, Mom and Dad. It was my first day of camp, and it was great. I made some new friends. I got my possum patch today. That is the starting rank. We got to sew on our rank patch. Today I learned about how to earn achievements. I got my Quick Learner patch. Love, Jimmy. All right, now that is kind of a preamble to what we're going to do here. Technically, I haven't earned the Quick Learner patch or achieved this mode, whatever this is called, this particular game in this scenario, or in this particular game in this solo campaign. Again, there's 8 games in this campaign. Each one has a different theme. The goals are different, but in this particular mode, this particular chapter, the beginning one, you're trying to achieve, these are our badges over here, and they all have different types. Like these are circle badges, these are square badges, and these are diamond badges. And basically, you want to get 3 of each, and you need to do that before this deck runs out. You're going to take these cards and use them to get achievements, and you're going to do that by moving around different places on the board. But if you run out of cards before you get those 3 achievements, or 3 achievements from each group, you don't win. Not only that, though, you have to get 3 of those have to be advanced, and I'll show you how all that works too. But here's what you do on your turn. Well, first of all, let me show you. Here's my little meeple here. This is my camper, and you do have the possibility of gaining more campers. For a solo game, at least in this particular mode, or this particular game in the campaign, I find that it's not really necessary for another worker or camper. In fact, I think it harms your success if you try to spend a turn to get those. So I'm going to try not to use those this time. But the idea is, this is where I'm starting. You've got little locations around. You've got Firefly Falls, Banjo Beach, all kinds of alliterations, Fiddler's Woods, Phantom River, Rattlesnake, Switchback, all these different places around Camp Pinetop. And so you're going to move your camper around the camp, and as you move across the patches that are on the cards, you can achieve those patches. But the way you do that is you have to play cards that are down here on this particular location. So in this case, I would have to play 2 paddle cards, the pink or paddle, whichever one you want to go with. And if I do that, I would achieve the patch that I crossed over. So the way you do on your turn is you can either draw 2 cards, you can draw a card, then move your camper, you can achieve a patch, or you can recruit a new camper. So let me show you my starting hand here. I've got a wild, so that was good that I did that on my first, when it was dealt to me, that I got a wild. That's really helpful. Then I've got the fishing, and then I've got the hatchet. And so I'm going to use these to see what kind of badge I can get. All right, so I see right now you do get to pick where you start, and so because of the cards that I have in my hand, I decided to start at the wishing field, because the card next to it needs 3 fishing poles and an axe. And I've already got what essentially is 2 fishing poles because one of them is wild, and then I also have an axe. So I just need 1 more fishing pole. So my first action is going to be to draw 2 cards. So here's my second fishing pole, and then the next, I might as well go ahead and draw an ore. So in the first game of this mode, I actually think the whole entire solo mode is you have a hand limit of 5 cards, so I can never have more than 5. I try to be very careful not to get more than that, because then you discard them and that would be a waste, and every card is extremely important in this particular mode, so try not to discard any cards. All right, now that I have that, I'm going to take my next turn, and in this turn I'm going to achieve a patch. So I do that by moving from Wishing Field to Constellation Creek, and I've got 3 blue fishing cards and 1 axe, 1 hatchet card. I discard those over here, and I now get a patch. So in order to do that, I move this over here. Oh, wrong one. This one. 1 down, 8 to go. So what this is going to do for me, each time you get a patch, it's going to give you a special ability of sorts. This one says, play any single supply card as a single forestry supply card. Forestry, that was kind of funny. So what I can do is I can play this card as a forestry card. So that's super helpful. I originally read that backwards, that I read it as forestry cards are wild, it can be anything else. But that's not what it is. That makes it a little too easy. So here I am, my next turn. What am I going to do? I've got a paddle, and there are 2 paddles down here. So if I get another one, I guess that's canoeing. If I get another one, I just need 1 more, and I can get this camping patch. So I'm going to draw 2 cards, but I'm going to blind draw from the top to see if I can get my... Nope. What I should have done was I should have drawn this wild. When you draw a wild, you can only draw that. You can't draw a second card with that. Also, when you're drawing, you can only draw from one side or the other. So if I draw 2 cards, they can only be from this side or the middle. I can't take one from this side and from this side. An interesting rule. So now I'm going to do my next draw 2 cards action, but instead I'm just going to draw this wild here. That way I can use it. Oh, there's another one. All right, so this turn I am going to achieve a patch. So I'm going to do that by moving from Constellation Creek to Banjo Beach. And I need 2 canoeing cards, and I've got those right here. Done. Get my camping patch. Done. Achieved. And it says, immediately pick up 1 of your campers and place on any map card. Well, I've got 2 yellow right here. I see that there's a yellow needed down here. There's 1 here. This one only needs 3. I think I'm going to go down to the tree house, tag along tree house. And then I need to try to get, sorry, I got a notification. I need to try to get a green, a hatchet card. So, my next turn, I'm going to draw a card here. And then I'll draw another one. Because remember, now that I have my forestry patch, I can play any single card. Oops, that's not what I need. I need a fishing card, so that's not helpful. So I'm going to have to take another turn to draw cards. How about I didn't want to go over, I don't want to go over 5 cards, so that I have to discard. So I'm going to take this wild, since when I do that, I only draw 1 card. So now I can spend a wild, a green hatchet forestry card, and then a hiking card to achieve this patch. So that, and that. Patch achieved. And that is the resourcefulness patch. This says, you may look at the top 5 cards in the draw deck, rearrange them, and put them back once per game. That sounds like being pretty resourceful. I think I'm going to do that right now. I want to come get, oh, I already have that one. I need to get another one of these. Let me just see what's there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can put them back in any order that I want. Some of these require a lot of the canoeing cards, so I'm going to put those on top, followed by the 2 hiking. Actually, yeah, followed by the 2 hiking and then the fishing. So there we go. Okay, making sense so far? I'm having a good time. I've already achieved 3 patches. I think that's a really good pace that I'm going. And actually, if I end the game and there are still cards left in the draw deck, I get a special super advanced achievement, and so that's what I'm really working towards. Okay, let me know if you have any questions about the game, or you just want to say hi. Say it in the chat. I would love to say hi back. Okay, starting my next turn, I'm going to draw 2 cards. 1, 2. So what I need is another paddle and a fishing. So I will draw 1 and then move 1. So that, remember, that's an action. Hi, player layer. Thanks for joining. Thanks for stopping by. This is Camp Pinetop. I'm having a great time camping and earning these badges. So I've got 2 of the canoeing. I've got 1 fishing, so I need 1 more canoeing, which, because of my forestry, no, got to be careful about that. So not as a wild. So I can use any card as a forestry card. So I already have a forestry card, I don't need that. What I do need is another paddle. If I draw 2 cards, I'm going to have to waste 1, and I don't want to do that. If I draw 1 card, I have to move, which, I've got 5 cards. This is not a good situation to be in. Well, what I'm going to have to do is go ahead and use these 2 oars, these 2 canoeing cards, whoops, and move over here back to Banjo Beach. So I spent those, and now I can get the recruiter patch. So, here is my recruiter patch. It says, immediately place a new or existing camper on any map card. I don't know about placing a new camper. Maybe I should, though. Oops, I don't have that one. That would give me more opportunities. So I think I will. I'm going to put it way down here where I don't have anybody. Okay, now one thing I also have to do, not only do I have to get 3 of each, so right now I've already got my circular badges. I've got all 3 of those, or not all 3, but I have 3 of those. I have 1 square patch and 1 diamond patch. So basically I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4 more patches. But 3 of those have to be advanced, and the way you get advanced patches is you basically achieve that badge again. So basically, I still have to get, what did I just forgot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3. So 6 more patches, essentially, is what I have to do in the remainder of this game. So, what to do? I've got canoeing, or I don't have canoeing. So with canoeing, I would need 2 more blue cards. And if I remember correctly, from the way that I rearranged the cards on this deck, at least one is a fishing card. So I'm going to draw 2, both from the deck. There's 1, that's not it. 2, there it is. So I have 2 fishing cards, a forestry card, and 2 of these hiking cards. I have 5 cards now, which means if I draw more, I'll be over the hand limit and I have to discard cards. And again, I don't want to discard anything because that will be a big waste. Cards are very scarce in this particular mode, on this particular chapter, if you will. So I have to make a decision here, a difficult decision. I may just have to, no, I'm going to have to draw a card. I'm going to have to waste 1. Blue, or, oh, here's how I don't waste 1. Okay. So what I can do is, I can play any supply card as a hiking supply card. So I'm going from Banjo Beach over to Stag Mountain, which needs a fishing and 2 forestry cards. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to play my fishing card, forestry, and then I'm going to use this as a forestry card. And that's the 3 that I need to get the trailblazing patch. Now I can move up to 2 map cards when moving. That's super helpful. Do not pay. That's not not relevant right now. Okay, so I can move 2 cards at a time. So that's good news here. Okay, so Quick recap, I am working to get 9 badges, 3 of which must be advanced. Currently I have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm doing pretty good. I still have a good, I've got to do that before this deck runs out. And I've still got a decent amount of cards in the deck. And I'm having fun at camp, learning lots of things. I am resourceful. I'm a recruiter. I'm a trailblazer. Got general forestry skills. Got a backpacker and my camping. So now I have to decide what to do. That's the trailblazer. I could get the trailblazer again and make it my advanced one, but I would need another forestry card. And I'm talking about down here. I feel like I'm staying over here on this side only. You know what I need to do is I need to get another one of these general badges so that I can start using other cards. Hello, Hunter, nice to see you. Thanks for the chat. Thanks for saying hi. Thanks for the good work, or thanks for the words to tell me to keep up the good work. I will do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw from the top of the deck, since I don't see any forestry cards. 1, nope. Nope, but they're my 3 fishing cards that I need for up here. Interesting. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change my idea, change my mind. Since I can move 2, I don't even need to move 2. I'm going to draw 1 and move 1. Remember, that's an action to draw 1, move 1. Or move 2 in this case. So I'm going to draw 1 from the top of the deck. And then move 1. And now, I'm going to get my canoeing badge. And I need 3 fishing poles, which I have. And then I need 1 forestry. But remember, I've got the forestry patch, so I can use any 1 card as a forestry. So I'm going to discard that. Done. Canoeing badge achieved. So now, just like the forestry badge, any single supply card I can play as a canoeing supply card. So that is super helpful. I should have done that sooner. But I'm more of an opportunity kind of guy where what's the best opportunity at the moment instead of planning for the long run. So we'll see how that plays out for me. Okay, I need 1 more of those. I've got, ooh, I can get this hiking from this wishing field. I need another canoeing. So I'm going to take 2 cards. I'll draw this one. I need a fishing pole, so I'll draw that one. Okay, and I'm going to do that again. I'm going to do the draw 2 action again. I need 1 more canoeing. There's a forestry. And there's a wild. All right, so I'm not going to use the wild just yet. Now that I have canoeing unlocked, I will use this forestry card as a canoeing card. So that's 3 canoeing cards and 1 fishing card. I discard those. I move over here to the wishing field. Boom! Got my hiking badge, just like that. Okay, so I've got 3 circle patches, which that's all I need. I've got 3 of these diamond patches, which that's all I need. And I've got 2 square patches, so I need 1 more square patches, and then I need 3 advanced patches. So I'm right here by Stag Mountain. I don't have leadership yet, so I could get that one since I'm right here. I don't have to waste any time moving. But I do need some cards. One of them being a forestry. So I'm going to take this one. It's not what I need. And then I'll take this one. Okay, now there's a rule that if there are 3 of the same kind, let me see what that is, that you can wipe it. 2 supply. Where is it? Oh, I know where it is. It's in this one. Pardon my lean. If If you clear 3 matching face-up supply cards, add them to the bottom of the draw deck instead of discarding them. All right, so I'm going to discard these. This might be my undoing, but we'll find out. And put them at the bottom of the deck. And then I refill. Okay. I've got cards now that I could use. So I'll draw that one. Oh, and there's another one. I'll draw it again. Perfect. So now I've got 3 canoeing and 1 wild, which I will use as my fishing. Got what I need. Wait, what am I doing? I'm looking at the wrong one. Shoot. I got wishing field. I can't do that from here. I need a fishing and 2 forestry. That's terrible. What have I done? I think I've ruined everything. What did I spend? Oh, that's from, yeah. So I still need a fishing, 2 forestry. Well, what I'll do is, here's my wild for fishing, here's my forestry, and I'll use this canoeing as a forestry. So I move here, leadership. Got my leadership patch. This says, when placing a new camper, you may place them on any map card, which, as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, I'm not going to get a new camper because that requires cards, and cards are scarce here. So what am I going to do? All right, so I need 3, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I need 3 advanced patches, which essentially means I have to get 3 of these patches again. Which would be the easiest for me to get? Well, I can get this recruiter right now. I'll just go here, boom, discard these 2 cards. Recruiter is now advanced. Take a certain amount of cards from the reserve pile where, oh, that's helpful. Number, okay, I do have 2 campers out. I forgot about this guy. So basically this is telling me I've got a reserve pile over here for certain effects. And this one's telling me I can take a certain amount, the same amount as however many campers that I have, which right now I have 2, so I can take 2 cards from here. That's going to be super helpful. Okay. I don't have this patch, so I'm not going to go after it. I do have a trailblazing patch, which I have 1 canoeing. All right, I'm going to draw from the deck. I've got all these yellow cards and not really anywhere to use them. So I'm going to draw 2 from the deck. 1, 2. This is the end of the deck where all I have is yellow. Okay. Is it possible? Let's see. So I can spend any 1 card as a hiking supply. Oh wait, no, any card as a hiking. What I need is, where am I? What am I thinking? I need canoeing. Any single card as a canoeing. So I'm going to do these hiking as canoeing along with the canoeing to go over here and get my trailblazing advanced patch. Move up to 3 map cards when moving. So now I can move 3 at a time. I don't know if I need to though. All right, I need 1 more advanced patch. And what is the exact thing of the advanced expert? 5 cards remaining in the draw pile. That's not going to happen. I've only got 5 left. So I'm not going to get the advanced patch, but I can still win. So let's see. I have forestry. Unfortunately, I didn't get the fishing. Well, that wouldn't help anyway, because, oh, I do have that one. I didn't get the fishing badge, which would have let me use any card as fishing, which would have been easy, super easy for me to do this. But I have canoeing. I just need 1 more card, and I can get this. All right, I can do this. Any 1 card as canoeing. I'll just take this one. So I've got these 2, which I can use as canoeing. Backpack, advanced side, unlocked. Achieved. I should have done that sooner. See, these effects on these badges are cool, and if you plan ahead, you can have a much better job, do a much better job like that backpacker advanced side. It says immediately take 3 cards from the reserve supply. So if I had got that sooner, I would have 3 more cards that I wouldn't have had to draw from the deck here. So some of these, like I've read out already, orienting. So whenever you're moving across, you get the patch, the one that's right here on the edge of the card if you're going in this direction. But that gives you the opportunity or the option of taking the one on the other side too. So that would be helpful. If instead of the fishing one and I crossed here, I could get, or instead of the canoeing one, I could get the fishing one. So that would have been helpful. Some of these other ones would be helpful too. Cartographer, immediately swap any 2 edge map cards. Again, it all depends on the order that you unlock those and the order that you unlock the general skills like the fishing, canoeing, forestry, and hiking. Those are super helpful. All right, so, oops, there we go. So I won the game. I won the game. I did it. I became a whatever. It's my first day of camp. So to win, what does it say? Well, over here it shows you 2. 3, 3, 3, and 3 of them are advanced. So when I didn't get expert mode, I didn't get the quick learner patch. I'm a slow learner, I guess. But I want to count it as a victory. So hopefully that gives you an idea. I mean, it should because I played through it. This has a solo campaign, so 8 games in the campaign. I'm excited to see what the other objectives are and then how the rules are tweaked in the other ones. But this is a 1 to 5 player game, so you can play this with other people. And it's interesting when that happens because if you're trying to move onto a card where another person's camper is, you have to pay them a card. And so that kind of messes you up. And then like there's some effects that you may have that you move stuff around. Like, well, like whenever you move, you don't have to pay the card depending on whatever achievement you unlocked. But I hope you had a great time watching. I know I had a great time playing. It's a fun little puzzle, efficiency puzzle that I enjoy working on. I've played this 3 times now in 48 hours, and I've enjoyed it every time. So if you like the game or you want more information of it, you can go to Talon Strikes Studios website. That's the publisher of the game. And I want to thank Talon Strikes Studios for sending me this copy of the game and this awesome playmat so that I can show it off to all of you. So go to their website. I think that's where you can get both of these things. And also, they've got a Kickstarter right now. It's ending in just a couple days called Night Market. It looks like a really cool game. So if you're interested in new games, Kickstarters, whatever, go check that out. It's called Night Market. All right. Well, I think that's all. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you were live, thank you for tuning in. If you're watching this on repeat, on replay, I thank you for watching it as well. Hopefully I've answered any questions that you have. If you have any more, please put them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them whenever I get around to it. Until next time, don't take the board game hobby too seriously. Just lighten up. And now I'm going to stop the stream.